are.
How you doing, Mr. Rick?
Can't hear you, mate.
How are you?
I can hear you now.
So how's the world across the pond treating you?
We have snow, but nothing like you've got in America.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we've got quite a bit here right now. We're here in Little Rock.
I know.
Have you ever been to Arkansas?
Maybe.
A lot of stuff happened back then I'm not real clear on. I remember.
Well, me too. It's I remember Little Rock, but I'm not sure we ever played there.
See, well, you need to start it back up. Come on over.
We'd love to, but we're not allowed to travel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, use that for an excuse. Fine. All right. That's all right.
So are you Roy?
I'm Roy. That's
You're Roy. And that's, sorry, who's the other guy?
I'm Jeff.
Jeff.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
just checking. Max, our producer.
Hey, Mac, how you doing?
We call him El Chapo.
Yeah? Why is that? You're always biting your ankle.
Yeah. So how's the pandemic treating you?
Well, we're locked down. I mean, I've not actually been out of the house for. I mean, I go out to the dustbin, but to the trash, but that's about it. But I'm busy. I'm busy doing these interviews, doing stuff about the album. We're doing a whole load of stuff for social media. I'm never at a loss for anything to do. I'm studying for. I want to play jazz piano. I'm pretty poor. I should have done it years ago, but I'm studying for my grade 3 jazz piano. I got grade 2 with a merit last year.
Well, now you're just bragging. Okay.
And I used to. I had a few years ago when we were in America. Alvin knew this guy that was he had a music shop in I think it was in Oklahoma City, and we were talking to him about different things. And he was going down to a music instrument convention in, I think it was in Houston. And Alvin was flying back to England, and I was going down, and I was talking to this guy about importing some drum kits to England. The Fives kit. I don't know if you guys would know what that was. It was basically a sort of fiberglass kit.
Oh, wow.
I think Billy Cobham played one at one time, but I was interested in that. And Alvin had said to me that he wanted to get a Gibson Les Paul off this guy. And I said, oh, well, I'll get one of those as well. And we bought the two. They were a limited edition white guitar with gold tuning pegs and gold pickups.
Do you still have them?
I think they made about 50 of them, or maybe a bit more. Alvin sold his. I've still got mine, yeah. But
wow.
I never played it. I'm a drummer, but I was never playing it.
What instruments can you play?
I played a little bit of drums. I'm getting better at that. And
you're gonna be a one-man band pretty soon.
Well, I'm working on it. But no, I have a little bit of arthritis, which is why I wear these gloves to keep my knuckles warm. And I saw a specialist, and he said the best thing you can do is do what you're doing. Do the piano, do the guitar, do the drumming, just keep everything moving. So that's really the reason I do the piano and the guitar. Or not total. The other reason is it makes you use your brain as well. And I'm 75 now, so I want to keep using my brain,
Oh my I tell you, when we reading about you, man, you have been and played with about everybody. I mean, from Janis Joplin, and the thing that I envy you the most, you was at Woodstock. I was supposed to go, but my parents grounded me and wouldn't let me hitchhike to Woodstock when I was 10. So I still hate them to this day.
So you would hitchhike from Arkansas to Bethel?
Oh yeah, my cousin went. We had a plan. We was going to go, and he made it all the way up there, and he loved it, and I didn't get a chance to go.
How old was your cousin? Was he 10 as well?
No, he was like 12. He was older than me.
Oh, a big boy.
Yeah. But he said everybody was so friendly.
It was a great event. I mean, it really was fantastic. You know, a lot of people always ask me to contrast that and the Isle of Wight festival a year later. And the Isle of Wight was I mean, Woodstock, I always say, did exactly what it said on the tin. You know, it was a festival of peace, love, and music. Whereas the Isle of Wight was quite a nasty affair as it went through the 3 days there. I mean, the day we were there was fine. We had a great time there, but then the kids came up demanding it to be a free festival, like they did at Woodstock.
Yeah.
And the guys at Woodstock were smart. They declared it a free festival because they were breaking down the fences, and they figured that was the best way to handle it, which it turned out to be. But at the Isle of Wight, the promoters set dogs on the kids. They were beating them with nightsticks. You know, it was not a nice event after the first couple of days, or the first day anyway.
Did you know these events were going to be as big as they were when you were about to play them?
No, I mean, the story I always give is the one of Frank Barcelona, our agent, calling up our manager Chris Wright and saying, "Got an offer for this." Festival in upstate New York. They're expecting 50,000 people. It's going to be a big event. You know.
Yeah, just a few more than that. That's all.
That changed a bit.
So where did you stay when y'all were playing? Did you have a hotel room, or did you sleep in a van, or?
No, we flew in from St. Louis. We'd been in St. Louis the night before. We'd actually been on the Newport Festival tour with. We were with Nina Simone at that point. And we flew in from St. Louis about 4, I can't remember whether it was 4 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning. And we arrived at New York, and then there were 2 cars drove us up to Bethel. But the nearest you could get was 6 miles because everybody had just by that time had dumped their cars, you know.
Good.
And it had been on the press over the weeks since Frank had talked to our agent, our manager, and saying, you know, 50,000 people, and then it graduated more and more and more, and more acts got added. So as more acts were added, then more people turned up. And
Did it freak you out when you first saw the mass of people?
Oh, when we flew in by helicopter, yeah, it was just unbelievable. I mean, we played earlier that year. I can't remember the actual month, but we played the Seattle Pop Festival, which was 50,000 people. And a lot of the acts that were on Woodstock as well. It was a kind of forerunner of it. And as I say, we also did the Newport Jazz Festival as well, which wasn't anywhere near that size. But yeah, I mean, it was just gobsmacking to see that many people, really.
Did you guys get paid?
We did. Yeah.
Because I know some bands didn't get paid that played.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, I think Barcelona, Frank Barcelona was our agent. I think Frank had sold us as a package with Jeff Beck. We'd been doing a lot of dates with Jeff Beck Group, which at that time had Ronnie Wood on bass and Rod Stewart on vocals, and Mickey Waller was the drummer. And we'd done a lot of stuff with Jeff on the first 2 tours of America. But Jeff never made it to Woodstock. But I think they sold us as a package. And I think in my book, you know, I have a book out called From Headstocks to Woodstock. In there, I think I said that it was $18,000 was what they paid, which would have been 12 to Jeff and 8 to us. I'm guessing at that. I don't know for a fact, but that would seem to me to be about the right split, you know. There are other things that are out on the internet saying we got 5,000, we got 4 and whatever, but you know, the people out there that weren't there are always the experts. You know?
Yep, of course. I mean, that's amazing. So from that, you know, event, obviously you became almost a household name. I mean, did you enjoy the touring and all the groupies that followed shortly after?
Well, the thing is, it was actually the film the following year, 1970, that put us on the international stage. You know, up until Woodstock, we were playing auditorium of about 3,000 to 5,000 seats. We'd never done anything like Madison Square Garden or anything that big. We used to play Fillmore East, for instance, and we did, what was that? That was, I think that was 3,000 people a show, and that was 2 shows a night. So that was 6,000 people, you know, but never that mass of people in that one area, you know, and I don't know what they were there. They say 300,000 or 500. Who knows? I saw a thing today saying 1 million people. Well, I don't.
Let's go with that one. 1
I
million.
don't think it was 1 million. I think the one that hit 1 million was the Live Aid concert, you know. But that was much later, of course.
Now, you said that you're busy doing new music. I mean, are you writing for yourself, or are you writing for other people to record, or kind of what's happening with you right now?
I have to, for me to write songs, I have to have a project. I have to be involved in something. It has to have like I have to see the end of the tunnel. So I don't just sit down and write songs. No, I'm not a songwriter in that sense. But if there's a project, then I like to be involved. The new album they're putting out in America called Sting in the Tail Deluxe Edition. It's called Deluxe because it's got four bonus live tracks, one of which is I'd Love to Change the World. And this is with the new lineup, which is Marcus Bonfanti, who is the guitarist, vocalist, Colin Hodgkinson, the bass player, myself, and my old mate Chick Churchill from 50 odd years ago, playing keyboards. And we all got together to write the material for Sting in the Tail. And it was a very gratifying experience because Chick and I had never been involved in like a group write. You know, in the past, Alvin had always written the stuff. We wrote one or two, I think it was on Stonehenge, or maybe it was the one before that. I think it was Stonehenge. We all wrote one track each.
And that's out right now?
Sorry?
Is that out right now? Can people go see that album? Or
What, A Sting in the Tail?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's coming out 19th of March.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, and there are one or two exciting bits we're doing. We're doing individual video talks about how we recorded it and what everybody's aspect of it is. I've just done mine today. I'm sending them over to the record company. It's Deco Entertainment, by the way. That's
okay.
DEKO. And you can see the stuff on their website, the package they're putting out.
Now, you've been putting out music for a long time, and you played with a lot of groups, like from Janis Joplin, all that. What group that you played with was the best experience you ever had?
Oh, crikey. Well, for me personally, Buddy Rich Orchestra.
Ah, wow.
Buddy Rich is my hero, you know, and we played together at Fillmore West. He was the support band to us, which wasn't a lot of fun for me to follow. But I sat at the side of the stage and watched him that night with his daughter Kathy, and my first wife was there with me, and it was just amazing to see him that close. I did get to know him a bit better after that. I went to his club in New York and had a very, very good evening with him, and I saw him also at Ronnie Scott's in London about a year before he died. And he was still playing the same. He played so good. So that was a great experience for me. Actually, I asked him when we were in the dressing room, I said, I just went and introduced myself and told him I was a big fan, you know.
He yelled security.
Sorry?
He yelled security.
Buddy could do that, yeah. And I said, would you sit in with my band? And he said, yeah, I'll sit in with if you'll sit in with mine. And like an idiot, I said no, but I wish I had. I'll tell you why, because I could play that swing stuff, you know, not the way he played it, but I reckon I could have got through one of the tunes, you know, 'cause I knew a lot of the stuff quite well. But I think if I'd have done that, I think he would have said, well, no, I'm not going to sit in with your band, so the deal's off, you know.
Oh, man.
I would have been surprised if he had sat in, but it would have been fantastic if he had. Sorry?
There's a rumor out there that this new album that you're putting out has a little different sound than the other stuff that you recorded, that it's more like a gangster rap type album. Is that true?
Well, I don't know. You're the first person who said that. So.
All right. Well, we're going to ask for your street name.
Or something like Grandmaster Rick.
Oh, yeah. Well, that'll be the day. Yeah. No, I'm working on a crooner album. I always want to be a crooner. So I'm going to
See
do
that?
I'm going to do some country stuff and some Dean Martin stuff and all of that.
Booking all the lounges in Las Vegas.
Absolutely, go for it. Yeah, yeah.
Now you've had experiences with Janis Joplin. Janis Joplin has always been a favorite of mine. What was she like when you actually in person?
Well. When I met her, she was fine. I had no problems with her. We met backstage at the Fillmore East. She was looking for a drink. I think I managed to find one for her. And she was. I won't say she was sweetness and light, but she was very pleasant. Put it that way. You know, because I know she had a bit of a reputation too. The other thing I remember about her was when we were in Los Angeles. There were a lot of English bands. We stay in. I can't remember the name of the hotel now, but it was a motel, and we were all staying at this motel. And the guys from Savoy Brown were there. We were there. Janis and her band were there, and I think there were some of the guys from Mother's Reinvention were there, and they were all sitting around the pool having a good time. And then Tony, the bass player with Savoy Brown. He said, "Well, I got to go." He said, "I've got to get a shower. I've got to go. We've got to go and do these press interviews somewhere. You know, I'll go and get a shower and get changed because it was hot in Los Angeles in the summertime there." And the next thing was we all heard this yelling and screaming, "Help! Help! Get me out of here! Help!" And we rushed into his room, and Janis had him pinned down in the shower. And was trying to do naughty things with him. Is the best.
I hate when that happens.
That's absolutely true. And poor old Tony was crapping himself. You know, we managed to. She was a strong woman. It took about three of us to pull her off him. You know, it was
I love it.
that was a major event.
Now, do y'all have any plans of doing any kind of touring once the pandemic eases up?
Well, we'd love to. I mean, I spoke to our American agent. I spoke to our European agent. They both said 2022
Gotcha.
at the earliest. They're talking here that the vaccinations, which I've had one already, will be hopefully the bulk of the population will be completed by October.
Awesome.
With both shots, because you have to have two.
But
there's a lot of
that thing right there behind you. What the heck is that thing?
Oh, that's my South American bolus.
Oh, okay. I was looking at that. What the heck is that thing?
It's the way I get the cats out of the garden.
Well, man, thank you so much for taking the time. We're not going to keep you much longer. We just wanted to know what you had planned. I'm glad you got a new album coming out. March 19th is the drop date, right?
March 19th, yeah. A Sting in the Tail, the deluxe version. As I say, it's got "I Love to Change the World" on it. You know, which was a big hit for us in the 70s.
Now, when you do your U.S. tour, you want to make sure you include Little Rock. That way we can take you out for the best barbecue in the state. You're paying for it, but we'll take you out.
I learned a long time ago, the band pays for everything.
Well, man, be safe. Like I said, get that other shot, that other vaccine, and hopefully we'll see you healthy here in the States next year.
Oh, the same to you guys, yeah. What's the whiskey you have down in Arkansas? Is that Jim Beam?
A little bit of everything. Rocktown, we actually have a distillery right here now. So Rocktown.
What's that called, Jeff? I missed that.
Rocktown.
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 Yep. ROCKTOWN. Rocktown Distillery. Of course, Kentucky's real close to us, so we get a lot from Kentucky. So
yeah. Okay.
It's always Jim Beam.
Well, I'll get the barbecue. You can get the whiskey.
All right, we'll do it. Rick, man, be safe. Good talking to you. And
great talking to you guys. Yeah.
The thing to know is be careful of Janis Joplin.
Yeah, she's a killer.
Sadly, she's no longer with us, so I think you're safe. Yeah.
Sounds good, my
friend. I'll for sure see you when we come to Arkansas.
Sounds good.
Take
Look
care,
forward
man.
to it.
I'll tell the agent. I'll tell the agent it's on the list. Take it easy.
Thanks, man.
Okay, so that was Rick from 10 Years After. Wasn't that great?
Oh, man.
Janis Joplin attacking people in the shower. God damn.
She's a strong woman. Oh, I gotta love it. Oh, I think her ghost is strong.
This is just one of the interviews. We did 2 interviews today. We did one, our last telephone interview with Romantics.
Yep.
Uh,
First Zoom, so we'll see how it
This
turns
is our
out.
first Zoom, and this is with Rick from 10 Years After, talking to us a little bit about Woodstock and Janis Joplin attacking people in the shower.
But we got a lot more interviews coming up. We're about to hit the country vein. We've got Diamond Rio, Shenandoah, a lot of country folks coming up.
The
And
Temptations, there's only one left, and we're going to do an interview with
we
them.
have the OJs.
OJs,
All kinds
woo!
of folks. So stay tuned.
And maybe Olivia Newton-John.
Yeah, I'm going to do that interview by myself. In the
I
shower.
got me dancing.
Y'all be safe. Subscribe, ArkansasShowcaseRadio.com, and stay tuned for more interviews.
We're out of here, so bye-bye, tune in, and share. So bye-bye.